So that sucked, but I was right. You're alive? Of course. How else? Whoa. Wait. Wait. Were you worried I was going to die? This is great. This is progress. You care about me. I feel like you're halfway to joining the cause. Hello, Nolan. Hello? Oh, I get it. You're ignoring me. Very mature. Also, not how new best friends should treat each other. Hello? Nolan, come on. Come on, seriously. Stop.
Hey, panelers, welcome to the show. I'm Jayme.
And I'm Mark.
This is a spoiler-filled podcast about Season 3, Episodes 1 through 3 of Invincible, because Amazon dropped us 3 at a time, like they happen to do.
Yeah, and it's back. Yay!
Yay! I know. I didn't realize how much I missed it until I started watching it, and somehow I totally missed the news that it was coming out, and I was, all of a sudden, I was like, oh!
Yeah, and it came back sooner than they thought. So they must have been like, oh, okay, let's just drop it for everybody.
I think we just got used to the big wait between Season 1 and Season 2. That was, 3 years or whatever it felt like?
Yeah, it felt a long time because of the pandemic. And then
the writers, was the writer's strike in there too? Or
the writer's strike was in there too as well within this past 2 years. So that's why. But it came back, and I feel that the show came back stronger. And that's where we'll lead into the first episode of Season 3, which is You're Not Laughing Now, on Episode 1. And the synopsis for that one is Mark Grayson is back and stronger than ever, with new enemies out for blood and old villains for revenge. And with that, we'll kick it off to overall thoughts about the episode. What did you think overall in general?
I thought it was a great episode. I liked watching Mark train. I thought, we caught up real quick with, where we left off.
Mm-hmm.
We kept the story moving. We just solid episode all around.
Yeah, I really was like it. It's like I actually have that in my notes. It was a solid episode for a season opener. And I really do appreciate the fact that we do see it's Cecil and what is it, GDA or GAD? I forget the name, but they are testing and helping Mark hone his skills with his powers. But in the very beginning, we get a fight with the giant, which had the and I think we left it off at that too. I think from last season, as I recall.
Giant, who at first you're like, well, he's just a big dummy, and then you find out he's just a kid.
He's literally a kid.
Yeah,
I thought it was cute though. It's like, oh, the way
you're mean.
You're mean. But he was able to take him out, but I don't think he killed him. But
no, because it was training, and Mark doesn't want to kill anyone if he can help it.
Correct. Yeah, but we do see over the course of this new season that he does unload a lot. Very similar to what we saw before, but we'll get into that as we discuss the next, these 3 episodes.
And if you haven't seen all 3, we may spoil some stuff in between. So pause here, go watch all 3, come back.
Yeah, we had that. We have to give that spoiler full announcement. As always, this is a spoiler full podcast. So, but obviously the episodes are out, and if you're doing one by one, I understand completely. So after we leave off of episode 1, pause it or stop it, and then come back to us when you're finished, and then go back, because everybody has a life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I love how Cecil is testing him with the other crew about his abilities, his speed test, strength, and endurance. And then I love how he says that he would need more suits after the volcano test, because it kind of gets eradicated at that point. So he's going to have to constantly have new suits. And then we move into I guess the Declaration of Independence at the National Archives was being stolen.
Well, you're skipping over one thing. Mark's hanging out with Rex, and Rex is complaining about his favorite finger.
Yes, because of his hand. Because it's not a real hand.
And he couldn't use his favorite finger.
He couldn't bring it up, which is funny because you see his fingers moving sometimes, everybody, and it makes me laugh.
Yeah, but if you don't have that old reliable when you need it, I understand being mad.
But then again, it also becomes a weapon too if he does it a certain way.
Yeah.
But Rex winds up helping Mark at one point. He goes, "Throw me in," and then they do. And I love the banter between Rex and Mark talking about Eve during the fight at the National Archives. and then Rex getting attacked by from the back by Multi-Paul.
Yes.
While being cocky at the same time, he goes, "I already took this guy out." Blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, it's like, "Oh, hi, Multi-Paul." And then Mark just goes berserk on Multi-Paul's duplicates. He literally lays them all out. And it's like
that gore. I mean, cutting to the very end of the scene when they panned out and just showed all of the
decimation.
guys. The decimation. That was so cool.
Yeah, I thought it was great to see that. It's like, this is why this is on animated form for adults, everybody.
Now, did we get the name of the two guys who were stealing the Declaration of Independence? Because I didn't catch their name.
Oh, the two long-haired guys. One said...
who successfully managed to steal the Declaration of Independence thanks to Multi-Paul.
Yes.
Like, they were getting their butts kicked, and good on them coming around. Good on them as in, bad guys are not usually this bright. Like, they came around, they saw the opportunity to finish their job, grabbed it, and left. We don't see them in the next 2 episodes, but they've got to come back. I mean, Kirkman doesn't
throw
leave
in character.
Yeah, he doesn't leave breadcrumbs without paying off later. So just remember these guys for later. They may seem like throwaway, but nothing's ever throwaway with Kirkman.
Yeah, and if you ever remember the names, let us know, because I did not take that down. That was the one thing I should have. They did mention them, and you do see it on Amazon Prime. You click down on Amazon if you have an Apple TV on Prime, it shows the voice actors and what they play.
Or whatever you're watching, if you just pause, it comes up.
Yeah, that's true,
and it tells you the songs, too. It's Amazon Prime is the best way to prep for podcasting.
Yes, it is, because they give you the information as you're watching.
Like, wait, what's that guy's name again? And also
suggested, too, because you could buy the album or the song that you get. Which, actually, it did start off with a cool song, which was Go by Ed Simmons in the very beginning. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Music is always great.
I like the song too, so I might actually look for it myself. I love how at the very end of the battle and everything, you see Immortal show up with Kate.
Yes.
So they come back and she's alive. So they make presents that they are there. So Multi-Paul is like, "Oh, my sister's back." Oh, it's like, "Oh,
I started this whole problem for nothing."
Exactly. And then Mark wants to take him for justice and bring him to prison. So it was like very interesting. And then we get more information about Immortal and Kate, because we knew that they were together, because I think they ended off last season where you saw her at his place in this like cabin.
Yep.
So now we're getting that revealed to the other people within the storyline.
Engaged.
Yes. And they announced that to the Guardians and everything, which is pretty cool. And now Immortal is back, as well as Kate. And then we do go from that scene to Oliver and April, and Oliver's a lot older at this point. He's talking, running around. He's such a cool kid. April is voiced by Callista Flockhart, everybody. That's Ally McBeal to those who of my generation that remembers her.
And isn't she Mrs. Harrison Ford?
That she is.
Yes. Okay, I remember that.
I think they're officially married. Yeah. So, yeah. But the first thing I wrote notes is like, wow, Oliver grew up fast. His powers coming at the same time as they're talking about it while playing catch with Mark. And he's able to fly.
No, he knew that he had them.
He knew he
It
had
wasn't that
them,
they
but
showed up. He knew. He was like, "Do you promise when my powers come in? Hey, look, they're here." Like he was
yeah,
being a sneaky kid.
he was being a sneaky kid, but because the fact that Mark didn't, get his powers, and that was the whole issue in season 1 in the very beginning. Mark was Viltrumite, part Viltrumite, and he didn't get his until like his late teens. And now
Threw
here's
that trash
Oliver.
bag across the world.
But Oliver, with his genetics, because of the alien that Nolan was with, they have a short lifespan, but they grow fast. So that's why Oliver's accelerated with his growth, and now that includes his powers as well. I just hope he doesn't phase out as like an old man by the time we end season 3, for the fact that I think they might extend it, but
But will
I
the Viltrumite in him
might dampen that. I don't know.
dampen that or repair whatever usually breaks down over time that causes
because
them?
his powers are coming into play. That's a possibility. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that because I really do enjoy Oliver.
He's so cute.
He is cute.
And Debbie
yeah.
is still super mom.
Yeah.
I love Debbie.
Yeah, and she embraces Oliver as her own child.
Yeah.
She's the ultimate mom and has a ton of patience, especially dealing with Cecil, but within this particular episode, I should say. But it shows so much strength from her. You think that Mark is invincible. I think Debbie at this point is showing how powerful she is as a person, with her patience and everything, and what she has to go through based after Nolan's dumping all this in her lap as a human. Of all things too. So it's
calling her a pet. I'm never going to forgive him for that.
Nope. Nobody's going to forget that. And she will never forget that too. So yeah, we get Immortal. In my notes, I have Immortal and Kate coming back to the Guardians, announcing their engagement, and then Shrinking Ray is back. She's back. So she was dead.
Almost dead.
Yeah, she's not dead. Anything else? There's a few other things that happened. It's like William and Rick talking to Mark about the other Eve.
Yeah, and we also learned that Eve is going to go be an architect.
Yes, yeah,
which is cool.
We see, when Mark drops in on her at her treehouse.
That is not structurally sound, as she is finding out.
Yes, and that's why she's in architectural school.
It's such a good idea. College. It's so cute. Like her a-hole dad actually had a good idea.
Well, she actually says that she took on, of all things, that her father had recommended that she go to school. Now she's taking that, even though he's a jackass. But
I like how you said he recommended. No, he was belittling her, saying, "You have no idea what you're doing," and she's like,
"Yeah,
okay, you're right, but I can fix that."
Exactly.
You're still an a-hole.
But the fact that we get William and Rick again, we all love William.
I love William.
Yeah,
Rick,
I know. And Rick, they're such a great couple together, which is I'm really happy about that. And then they talk about, it's like they're encouraging him to go talk to Eve, and that's what results of him going to see Eve, and then him pouring out. But he brings it up because of the other Eve that he met, which is like 20 years older, and how she said that, because she regretted not being with Mark at a certain point. And then she goes, well, I don't want you doing this because you feel like you should because of that one. And then, you could feel the anger of her towards that Eve.
Well, that Eve
is an alternate version.
Yeah. And she didn't say be with her. She just said flat out, tell her, like, don't play this.
Yes.
Maybe we could, maybe we can't thing. Like, just either tell her yes or tell her no.
Yeah.
Which means that version of Eve has been pining for him for 20 years.
Correct. And
which sounds like a terrible way to be.
It is. You have all those emotions and everything built up within that time. But it is a possibility that that's how Eve feels towards Mark nonetheless. And we do find that out later. we said spoilers, everybody, so we might
Yes.
fiddle through back and forth, but it does come into some sort of fruition, which we'll get into deep later. But yeah, they did a lot, and I like it. It's as it being a comic adapted to animated, even though it's in more of an adult animated show. It gives everything that is relevant to how we are as people and in relation and everything else. To Mark's core, he is part human. So he has that, and he's brought up human. So he has those feelings. And same thing with Eve. Eve is pretty much human, but advanced. So everybody has these feelings. Everybody has this. And we do see something like that later on, and how humanity is in a later episode, which we'll get into later. But with this, I love, and to talk about more humanity and stuff like that, with Debbie and Oliver, and her wanting to take Oliver to the zoo
And telling him that it's, his alter ego is being a normal kid, which I thought was like super cute.
Yeah, she's putting the makeup on him to cover the purple and everything, so he could go out and day. And he's like, "Oh, you missed a spot," and Cecil just shows up. And Cecil, evil Cecil. If you think about it, and I don't think he's evil. I think it's just fear more than anything. And it's basically his fear of Oliver and his power and being half Viltrumite like Mark, but also Nolan's genetics and everything. And he kind of feels that that's going to flow that way. And
yeah, I mean, he feels like he's doing the right thing to protect the Earth.
Yes. Yeah. And everybody around it, and it's not just Earth, it's everybody else, even those who are superpowered and everything, just putting everything to right. I think that's what his deep down conscience is, of making things right. And sometimes when people of power have that ability, they make it to the point where it's so imposing that it suffocates people.
Yeah, and I don't know that he has what he believes is the greater good.
Yeah.
In mind, and
what the greater good is. He doesn't care
what has to be sacrificed for that.
Yeah, and what the greater good is not really the best for everybody at times. It's like people have their own independent thought. Everybody he feels he has that fear of, if they do and they're superpowered, they're gonna just take it to the next level or do evil deeds. But throughout all this, Rex comes out of the shower and finds some sort of seismic event has happened in the building. And he sees all these buggy looking things. And then
looking into that pit, I would have pooped myself.
Well, we kind of got a foreshadowing with when you see Dr. Seismic.
Yeah, we kept checking on him.
And in the prison.
Yeah, he was being good. So you're like, okay, something's gonna happen. So yeah.
So that was the result of it. So he winds up capturing all of the heroes
except
Eve and Mark.
Yep.
And Oliver. Technically, it's three.
I don't know that he knows about Oliver.
He did well at this point, by this time, because this is after Cecil had approached Debbie about Oliver and everything. But he doesn't know about the power.
No, yeah, I'm not sure.
Seismic did no, he didn't. But apparently they all, they all were captured, and and then Oliver puts together his own little put together wannabe Spider-Man superhero costume and ready to fly off to help Eve and Mark, and Debbie stops him. He's so gung-ho to do it. But yeah, I know. It's just so cute because he wants to help. It's his older brother.
That she knows right away. And she's like, nope. You're
not allowed to do that.
House, sir.
Nope. Oh, yeah. It's so cute. And, then we get the whole confrontation with Mark and Eve with Dr. Seismic and the bug creatures attacking Mark and Eve within the battle, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That one claw going into Mark and his
The
wow.
green sticking out, dripping out of it.
Yep. And he's got a hole there too.
Yeah. And you watch as the episode goes on, it starts to close a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. With the
Yeah.
animation, they make it look like that.
That was really well done. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah. And then Cecil, as they're observing everything, they're starting to see, and they mention, even Doug says it's like, oh, it seems like the creatures from below the earth are working with seismic.
Yeah, because seismic on his own shouldn't have been that powerful. So
yeah. So
all those creatures.
So I wonder where those creatures come from. That'll be something else that we'll probably get within.
Yeah, I feel like we should keep more of an eye on them because some of them are pretty frightening.
They are. Yeah, they look like, you got lava-looking guys. You got some bugs.
The giant millipede
worms.
thing.
Yeah, the millipede. It looked like, it's like a centipede or something like that. Yeah, had claws and tusks.
If that thing's real, it can just eat me now and put me out of my misery. Like I don't want to live in a world with that.
Exactly. I can't stand them myself, but I'm not a bug guy. Large spiders, not a huge fan of. Like tarantulas, heavy, big, large arachnids. No,
some people love them. Some people keep them as pets. My daughter wants one, and not in my house.
I have a friend who had snakes.
We had a snake because Tony's daughter had one. So when he moved in, the snake moved in. And then the snake got out. We haven't seen it in about a year.
Oh, wow. No, my friend Nick had snakes with his girlfriend years ago, a girl that he was living with, and they and one of them, some of them were defanged.
See, this was not a toxic or venomous.
He had one snake. Or two that were toxic. He actually at one point wanted to get a cobra, but they're very hard to come by with defanged and the sack taken out.
No, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't you watch Beetlejuice?
Wow. This is long before Beetlejuice.
No,
Beetlejuice.
So. I know.
I love my friend Nick Bruno. He's pretty cool with that stuff. But
no, I mean, for everybody who wants them and takes care of them, and good for you. It's just not going to live in my house. Because the pet store that we stop at every so often has big hairy spiders, and some of them say on it, fast and toxic. I was like, that's not something I want in my home.
Wow. I could appreciate looking at them behind a glass or something, but crawling on me and I know tarantulas are not like that. At certain points, they're big and furry, but they do bite. But
yeah, no, but I don't know what it is. It's on the wall of tarantulas, and a couple of the cages say fast and toxic. I'm like, nope. Nope. That can live right here. That is not coming to my house.
I don't like bugs in general because they get on me. But it's also, I'm talking. When I was a kid, I think a conversation came up about my mom and me when I was little. She goes, "You used to put the ants in your pockets." I thought that was hilarious. So we had that conversation a couple of years ago. So I have an 80-year-old woman telling me in front of my goddaughter, telling me, it's like, yeah, Uncle Mark used to put ants and now he doesn't like bugs. I was like, I don't mind bugs. I just don't like getting bit. I just don't like the fact that they're crawling on me. It's like, I didn't accept you to do that. Don't do that. But yeah, within the episode, I do love the fact that Debbie got to talk to Oliver and wanting Mark to train Oliver, since Oliver wanted to go with Cecil to become a hero. So he was really interested within that conversation from Cecil, apparently, Oliver. And he was like, oh, it's like, no. And then she goes and sits down. She goes, but you do, I'm the mother to Invincible. And we all know, because obviously Oliver knows, because he was telling them about during the game of catch of what he had to do. He knows that Mark's invincible, but the way she was able to bring that up to Oliver was such a cute conversation, and I just liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that you could see in Mark's face and his actions and the way he talks to Oliver, he's looking out for him as a brother, an older brother, and is proud of him at what he's been doing. But he's also a little bit in shock. It's like, oh, wait, you got powers? It's like, I had to wait.
Yeah.
I've been wanting this all my life. And then it took me till I was like 17, 18 years old, man.
We did skip over that Darkwing showed up at the
Oh, yes.
that's a big thing. Like,
yeah,
Cecil's keeping guys.
it's as if he is transforming them. He's
He says he's rehabilitating them.
rehabilitating them, and Darkwing shows empathy to what he used to do before.
Yeah, but it's the whole.
But he's in public now.
Yeah, it's the whole Negan thing. Like,
yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, that's Negan from The Walking Dead. So yeah, it's like, can somebody show themselves as being rehabilitated or change for the better?
And does anybody in their world ever trust them again? Like,
correct.
There's not a right answer to this.
Yeah, there is.
Neither. We've got two sides where Cecil thinks they can be rehabbed, and Mark thinks they can't, and
which poses an issue later on of the way he treats Mark.
Yeah, but it's neither. I don't know that either person is wrong. Like, it's definitely the moral gray area. You can debate it, and it's part of what keeps the show interesting and what makes it good.
Yeah,
is that it brings these, vague moralities, like,
Yeah, and also with Darkwing, you get the robots that are the amalgams of like they're like Frankenbots. As
I keep calling them Cybermen. I know that's
yeah, I know.
I'm mixing up worlds, but they're
I forget what character. I have it in my notes later, but she calls them Frankenbots. It's the girl. She mutates into the big monster. I forget her name.
Oh yeah,
but. Yeah, I call them Frankenbots because they're basically part human and part robot.
Yeah, they bleed real good.
Yeah, and pretty much almost like Doug, because Doug was rebuilt how many times and changed over the years. So he's probably like one of them too. We've seen this last season and how he had to go through that, and they rebuilt him so many times, wiped his memory from the GDA. And yeah, it's just so wild. But
and Rick too. Rick is part of that.
Rick is too, but it's so weird because that's how Mark empathizes with it. It's like they almost killed my friend.
Yeah,
it's literally how he states to Cecil.
But I mean, it's just another point of it's not all bad.
Yeah, it is not all bad, and you don't see Cecil going after Rick saying, "Hey, you have to come with us."
Yeah,
because you have this power now. He doesn't have the power. He's just,
alive
with this robotic stuff in him. Yeah, but Mark is justifiably pissed off about Darkwing and the robots, and I see that, and
then we end on the White Room with
which is
Mark and
Cecil. Confronting each other. Literally, it's Cecil confronting Mark, and literally this is where it seems a little bit hypocritical for the fact that he's treating Mark like this, like based on his father and how he is a threat, because even though he said to Mark he doesn't see him as his father, but yet it's implying it, and we get the whole this is a contingency plan, so that way you can't harm me in this white room.
Yeah, the room is for my protection from you.
Yeah. And so that's how it ends off, literally, is within that white room. But we get an end credit clip of Alan the alien and Nolan in the space prison.
I love Alan.
Seth Rogen
Nolan
back.
Loves Alan.
Yes, Nolan, actually, we do get that later on because within it, it's like the talk of how strong Alan is, how him talking about, well, for them to get rid of me, they have to get a pretty big laser. And then next thing you know, you see him in front of a laser strapped to a chair.
Yeah.
They do use it on him. And then through the conversation, Alan goes, wait, Nolan, you were worried about me?
I know. I feel like, and now we're back to that thing. Like, can he become a good guy or a decent person after the bad that he's done?
Correct. Yeah. And
I mean, it seems like we're getting it set up where he's going to help save the earth.
Yeah.
But is that going to be enough to redeem him in the world's eyes and also Mark's eyes? More importantly, Mark's eyes, honestly, or Debbie's eyes. Like,
yeah, he's got a lot of explaining and making up to do and begging if he does come back, or proving himself that he has changed in some way. And I think deep down, Nolan is struggling with that because of who he is as a Viltrumite and what his plans and how he was brought up. But he's still struggling with that because he started, I hate saying it, he got feelings.
Yeah.
So he loves Mark and he realizes it now. He also loves Oliver. That was the whole point of last season. And that's why Mark is taking care of Oliver.
Yeah, and he wants to do for Oliver what his things that his dad didn't do for him. He wants to do it differently.
Correct.
Because his dad definitely pushed him hard.
Oh yeah, big time. And I think Nolan deep down thought that Mark would actually impose his human traits onto Oliver and get him the proper upbringing that he needs, which is good. I really do enjoy that.
Agreed.
Quotes on this particular episode, do you have any?
I just closed it out.
Darn you.
Okay, going back to my paper notes. Well, we discussed it's my favorite finger.
Yep.
Eat your own dick. Can't let an episode that has that as something in there that can't let that go away. Yeah. Those are the ones that I wrote down at least.
Oh, I got
and generic mad scientist.
Yeah. It's like when Doc Seismic and Mark and Eve show up and they rescue the heroes. Oh, it's my old friend's token diversity and gender stereotype. And then Eve just turns around saying, I wouldn't talk generic mad science type. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
The one that I have is from Rex to Ray about almost dying for both of them, saying, he goes, oh, I was going to say we're too hot to live and too cool to die.
Yes.
I thought that was a pretty good quote.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said something like about, oh, the family's all together and we're unbreakable. I'm like, oh, well, that's not going to last long. People are going to die. Something you don't say things like that in a TV show.
It's like if you're going to say it, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Like, come on now.
All right. Well, on to episode 2, which is A Deal with the Devil. That's the title. And the synopsis: Mark takes a stand, unaware of the ramifications for his family, the GDA, and even the Guardians.
Dun, dun, dun.
Cecil remembers his past, and Eve makes an important decision. So
Cecil remembers his past. A good chunk of this was the past of Cecil, which was interesting.
Which is pretty cool.
I didn't realize I cared about Cecil's background before.
And it answered a lot. Too. Yeah. I really did enjoy that whole beginning. Actually, episode 2 and episode 3 have like one of the better intros or beginnings.
Yeah.
Because this one goes back in time. You see Cecil with a full head of hair.
Yeah, it took me a minute to realize it was Cecil. I think it was
until he spoke. I realized, I was like, wait, that's Cecil.
When he went into the back room, I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, I know, right? I thought it was really cool, very in depth on this episode. It shows how much comics can be more about characters and bring humanity within a medium that has science fiction and fantasy within it. Bring more of the humanity within it. That's what I notated. Those were my notes directly, everybody, verbatim. Even though they are super, they are people as well. So they, like I said it before, it just embraces the idea of creating these characters and making them very human, even though they're superhuman at times. But yeah, I enjoyed that. It starts in the very beginning with Cecil, and he's in a mission from the GDA and its infancy at that time, kind of like Shield for Marvel. Think about it, everybody. They're trying to protect the world and everything else, and they got these superhuman types. So with that, he encounters Knucklebuster, voiced by Carrie Walgren, and I think John Topless, who does Force Fest. And they literally have a little bit of a battle, and just she kind of withholds, and it's so funny because it's so dated, because it's like peace, pure power, dude. And the way she's working, she kind of looks like a hippie undercover, but then she reveals her costume, which is very exposing.
Yes.
I'm not saying I didn't like it, but it was very wow. There wasn't much to it on the top end, but okay. But we see them, they have a bomb ready there. Cecil was meant to stop them in a certain way. It got to the point where the bomb was activated, and it was like a deterioration agent, or
it was some kind of acid.
Yeah, that actually got into, and then
that was that was nice and gory to watch.
It was like so messy cool on them.
It.
You saw them, and they disintegrated, and then Cecil was trying to stop it at the same time, and then he was himself suffered, and then that's where we find out that the toxin had gotten to him, and because you saw him starting to degrade as well.
Yeah, he didn't have much skin left when they came in.
Yeah, and the company did the reversal they literally use like skin or fake skin to rebuild him, and then they didn't have
the scar he has. That's he requested to keep it.
Yeah, as a reminder, which was very good. And it's so funny how this is where we get that whole rehabilitation thing that Cecil was talking about with Darkwing, and how he himself stood up against the GDA and was put in prison because he killed the new versions of Knuckle, because they brought back Knucklebuster and Force Fist just the way they did with Cecil.
Yep.
And they're like, no, they're rehabilitated. I was like, oh, you just killed them? No, you're going to prison. So
he just blew them away.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I think about that. Pew pew, like, whoa.
Pew pew die. you know.
And like, again, he thinks he's doing the right thing for the greater good. Now, what he thinks is the right thing has shifted over time, but it's really kind of cool and interesting to see that he, at one point when he was younger, thought just like Mark.
Correct.
And now he sees the complete opposite end of that argument.
Yes. He's changed a bit, and he has powers himself, as we know.
Yeah.
We've seen him before. We haven't seen him in a long time in this particular season, or even last season.
I don't remember if it was this episode or the next one where he's teleporting.
Yes, he did. It was the next episode, I believe. But yeah.
And then he's in the prison and brings order to chaos in the prison.
Yeah, and he kind of takes out, it's like they're like, oh, your soulmate, and it's a big, huge, bluish kind of monster looking guy, and they're like, the last time he killed the last few roommates he had, and you see Cecil go in, and the next thing it's like, hey boss. He kind of tames his roommate.
Which Radcliffe kind of knew he was going to do. Like, it was a test, like either this guy's going to be not a problem anymore, or he's going to be my solution.
Yeah, and that's literally what it was. It was their way of trying to condition Cecil to come back, which they do, and they bring him back, And then everybody's looking at him when he does come back, kind of like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he gets the look of like literally how Mark feels, but they're not as aggressive with their attitude and what they do. It's kind of one of those, you know, silent but deadly looks and dealing with it and see, okay, we'll see where this goes. And literally then he moves up in the ranks. And then actually when his first day back, he does I think he puts himself on a limb. Doug is there, the first version of Doug from what I could tell. And they Omni-Man shows up, and they've never saw Omni-Man before.
That was so cool.
Yeah, and they were gonna.
You knew.
Yeah,
you knew it was Omni-Man right away. Once they're like, you don't know who this is. I'm like, it's got to be Omni-Man. And they show the pic, from far away. Yeah, it's definitely Omni-Man. And then he goes up like, yep, it's definitely Omni-Man. And Cecil doesn't quite trust him.
Yeah. Cecil still doesn't trust him, and he's out there, and he offers him that. Originally, the GDA was like, "Oh, we'll send in Immortal." Well, Immortal just talks with his fists and more brutality, so that's why Cecil went out himself.
And Omni-Man says, "Hey, I'm here to protect Earth. Like, my people sent me here to protect you," which we all know now is a bunch of bullshit. But
yeah. But this is what happens in the past, and this is what how everything the Guardians of the Globe come to be at a certain point. Because at that time, I think the only person that they had was Immortal, and they didn't have any other people. But I'm sure this will open up more, as they like to do flashbacks now.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that, because it gives you more information, more insight. I love the idea that we got Cecil's background, and the fact and how he was able to meet Omni-Man. But we shift back to the White Room, and apparently the White Room doesn't dampen Mark's abilities at all, but he takes out all those robot mutations, so those Frankenbots, easily in the first wave of them.
And then there's a whole
But then it goes
more.
red, and he's like, ooh. So he starts going after them and starting doing that. But Cecil had already had a contingency plan. So when Mark was already laid up and they were working on him, he put in a chip inside of him. And there was, I guess, a noise that the giant octopus made that stopped Mark. If you remember last season, or was it the season before? I think it was the last season, because he was doing all the work for the GDA, and the sound was it hurt Mark to the point where he would stop, and he can't control his functions. He can't even walk, couldn't be able to fly, so that's
messes with his equilibrium.
Yep. So Cecil is able to hit a button, and it's like taming a dog or something, like electronic fence or something.
Because they implanted something in his brain, because Cecil doesn't trust
anybody.
And again, it's another thing where I'm like, all right, I kind of get it, because we've seen Viltrumites try and kill everybody.
Yes.
So having an off switch for such a powerful weapon, for lack of a better term, even though the weapon is part human, it's sentient and everything, that he's still a giant weapon. Like, having a kill switch, I get it, but it's also really fucked up at the same time.
It is messed up. You're not treating that person as a person. You're treating them as a rabid dog or rabid animal that you have to control. And that's not how things work. I think Cecil stepped over a line at this point, way over the line. And Mark felt that way. And then he was able to break away from him, and he flew off to the Guardians to get some help. And he breaks in, and he falls into it, and he asks Rudy to help him to take the chip out.
But before he can,
Cecil teleports in
with his unlimited cyber monsters.
Yep. with Darkwing there too, as well, I
Yeah.
believe. So,
We got some cool kill scenes though with
oh
those
yeah,
Cybermen.
oh
Like
yeah,
shrinking Ray coming out of the eyeball was so cool.
yeah, yeah. And then we see Rex actually accidentally or hitting Cecil on the hand. His hand gets wounded from Rex.
Yeah,
So that was an odd
a
thing
nice
because
payback.
yeah, the Guardians are actually trying to help Mark at a certain point,
Yeah, I
and they're
love Rex is like, what the actual fuck? I'm like, that's what we're all thinking right now.
exactly, and yeah, but yeah, it was wild. Um, and it was
So
so funny too because he was naked.
yes,
And I think we kind of left that out from the last episode because
Rex
he
was
did.
naked underground the whole time.
Yeah, he was constantly fighting naked. I didn't we didn't bring that up, but I thought that was hilarious
Well,
because
yeah,
that this time he's like everybody's like he goes, well, I have my pants on. He goes, you can put more clothes on, and then next thing you know, Mark comes in. But
yeah, because he mentioned something about like killing bugs with my dick out or something in the
yeah,
last episode.
yeah, I forgot about putting information about that, but yeah, it's hilarious stuff because the last shot you see is his ass as he's walking
Yeah,
away. And I thought about that. I was like, wait, he was only caught in a towel. I guess he lost the towel.
towels don't stay on well in the
No, they
best of
don't.
circumstances.
So he
There,
just didn't care. So he was free balling it. Madzukis is always great for his vocal and just the characters he plays. So if you are fans of Brooklyn 911, you could see him in that show. He's a funny character and funny actor too, and comedian, I believe.
yeah,
So, but yeah, and then we get the Guardians helping Mark doing all this. It got to the point where it pretty much ends. Like the battle ends at that point. It's like everybody stop it, and then Mark kind of like literally chokes Cecil to the point of, hey, don't come near me, my family, or I will kill you.
and yeah, then he gets the brain thing taken out.
By Rudy, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So he's not under that control anymore, but he will no longer work with the GDA or Cecil in any way, shape, or form. He's just going to be who he is for himself and doesn't want to have any ties with them. The Guardians right now are split because some of them don't want to be there with Cecil and the GDA and how they're treating them because they're starting to see it's like, oh, you did this to Mark. What's to stop you from doing this to us?
yeah.
So
You've gone too far. Like
yeah,
good season. What's really interesting about that split though is it's older Guardians versus younger Guardians. Like that's where the
correct.
line splits. Like
Immortal is not with it. I forget the other one. I'm forgetting the other character, but they were the older ones. Yeah,
yeah.
and
And it's kind of
Darkwing was
like,
with them too.
younger Cecil would have been on the hey, I'm leaving the Guardians crew.
Correct.
And now as older Cecil, he's got the other guys who are on his side.
Yeah, and
Like it's really interesting that they split based on age.
yeah,
Without it being based on age, it is also age is a factor in the split.
it is because you got Rex, Amanda, Ray, and I think Rudy went off with them too. And even though one of the older Guardians, not Immortal, the other guy I'm forgetting, they he made mention. It's like it's like we always thought of that about you, and I'm surprised. It's like, okay, well, do what you got to do, kid. And so he went with them, and those new Guardians or those other young Guardians had to find their own way.
Yeah,
They go to the old facilities, I guess, that were kind of decrepit, and they make use of it as a way for them to keep their old headquarters. So, and this all erupted during a time when they were cleaning the headquarters because of the Frankenbots and all that stuff that from the battle with Mark and them. And
Yeah.
it's one of those where it's like I said, you see the humanity within the actual show itself.
And then Darkwing ends up joining the old Guardians.
Correct. Yeah.
And that doesn't feel right. And Donald, it doesn't sit right with him either. Like
Yep. Yeah. It's questionable because
but
how
he's
rehabilitated is he?
But he's also been nothing but helpful since Cecil let him out. Like,
Yes.
he was very good with helping with Seismic, and
yeah. It shows where they could go, and we don't know if this will come back to bite him in the ass. Who knows? How rehabilitated are they? How far does this rehabilitation go, and how manipulative is the GDA when they do this with people who are like that?
well, I mean, as long as Shapesmith has his race car bed, he's gonna stick.
I like that. I really enjoyed that. That was a pretty cool one.
Being someone who has slept in a race car bed on multiple nights with their 5-year-old son, it's not that comfortable.
Yeah. I didn't know Malcolm had that.
Yes. His pen pal bought him a race car bed.
Awesome. Does he have a CB radio so you can talk to the other race car beds?
He does have Paw Patrol walkie-talkies.
Oh, okay.
And his race car bed is set up to look like Lightning McQueen.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, you know where I got that reference from, though, right? Grandma's Boy. Oh, my roommate said that they would get me a CB radio so I could talk to the other car beds that are out there. Anyhow, back to this. The one cool thing that we do see is Debbie actually having a life outside of everything.
I know she's on a date. I don't know that I like Paul.
And you know who Paul is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the head actors in Fear the Walking Dead. Forgetting his name, but yeah, I should have wrote that down. Anyhow,
yeah,
she's actually having a dinner with him,
and then he asks if her boys are special needs, and she's like,
"Yes,
not in the conventional sense, but yes."
Yeah, because the way she's talking about them, it's just like, oh, are they special needs? And it's like, yeah, in a way.
Yes, but not in the way you're thinking.
Yeah. But it shows that she's trying to have a life of her own, too.
Which she deserves.
She does deserve it.
She's great.
Yes. So we get a little bit of that. And that does come into play later on, too, everybody. I think in episode 3, she does have another date with Paul. So... oh, and yeah, because we've gone through all my other notes. Basically, it ends off pretty much with the end credits, I think, after credits, with Mark opening up to Eve on the bridge. And I thought that was a really great conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Was that supposed to be
official now?
Yeah, they are officially dating now. So it's something that took 2 seasons and 2 episodes to do finally, to get these two together.
I mean, he was dating somebody else for a while, and she was dating Rex.
And that was a bad idea. All right. But yeah, they leave it off at that. And just to give you guys a clue, there was one song that was in the opening, or it was towards the end, I'm forgetting. It was probably used twice. It's called I Ain't the One by Spoon. So I thought that was a pretty interesting song. So
yeah, I like that. That worked out really well. I liked that.
And quotes. Do you have any quotes?
I do.
Okay.
I just have to find them. Oh, when Debbie's talking to Oliver, we don't kill people. Not in this family. Never. That's a really good family motto.
Yes, it is. And it's good. It's what she tells Oliver, because it was that conversation of Mark and Oliver, and Eve was there as well, and him explaining of what had happened. And when he said, and the reason why that came up is because Oliver questioned about, it's like, and
Why didn't you kill Cecil?
kill Cecil. He goes, I just wanted him to fear
Yeah.
the fact that I could possibly do that, but I will not do that. So it shows Mark teaching him what not to do. You don't kill. You can imply the threat, make them fear you a little bit, but you don't follow through with that. So I
And
thought that was pretty cool.
yeah, and they didn't and they pointed out, Mark had 17 years before he got powers. Like, you didn't get a chance to be a kid. Like, it's different. And also, he's such a kid. Like, they're like, don't be in a rush to grow up, but every kid is in a rush to grow up.
Yes,
You
they
don't
are.
understand until you're an adult that you shouldn't be in a rush. Growing up sucks.
It does. Yeah, you don't want to get there right now. You're like, crap, I got all these responsibilities.
Yeah, you're only a kid for a very small period of time, but unfortunately, worldview, you don't have yours.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically, if you knew then what you know now, you
yeah.
wouldn't be eager to rush it. Some of us would be like, yeah, I'll do high school again. Even though it sucked that time, but I don't care if I knew that now, then what I know now, I'd be okay. But yeah, one quote I have from me is from Force Fist in the very beginning, saying, life on this plane is only a distraction.
That's a good one. I've got Radcliffe talking to Cecil in the prison, and he's like, you can be the good guy or the guy who saves the world. You can't be both.
Yep. And I have one last one that would be from Eve, and it's saying, we fight monsters every day. I never thought Cecil was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
But
like,
he's not the good guy in his eyes right now. He's not the good guy, but he's the guy who's going to save the world.
yeah, in his own mind. He's a legend in his own mind, literally.
And then I've got one last one, which is struck me not just for this, but for a lot of things. It's like, he says to Mark, you see things one way and you won't make room for any other viewpoint. And then you threaten people who disagree with you. I feel like that's poignant to not just Mark, but a lot of things.
Everybody too, even Cecil.
Yeah.
It works. It works on both ways. It goes both ways at that point, and it's a lot of learning on both ends.
And it's hard for anyone to think that their point of view is wrong. It's hard to listen to somebody else. And then Mark is, and then he's threatening. Mark's like, I'm not threatening. And Cecil's like, I'm scared right now.
Well, he's at least admitting to it, but him using that contingency plan with that button shows that there's ulterior motives planned ahead of time just to do that. And that shows it's like, well, you just kind of broke trust big time right there.
Absolutely.
Anyhow, but on to episode 3. And it's entitled, You Want a Real Costume, Right?
Dude.
And the synopsis on this one is Mark struggles to teach Oliver what it means to be a superhero. Debbie explores a new relationship and a changed family dynamic. So
this opening.
Oh, it was that's what I said
Gorgeous.
before. The second episode, this one amazing. All silent, everybody. It's just pure music and tones, and it's amazing. And
those two guys who, again, we don't get the names of because there's no words.
Yeah. And they're in a relationship. You could tell that they're partners of life partners right there.
And they've hit a rough patch.
It starts off with a crime. They're robbing a bank, but then they change their ways.
No, I took it as we started with the crime and then we did the backstory and we got back to the crime. That's how I took it.
Okay. It's a possibility. I didn't see it that way. Yeah. I thought that too right away. I'm like, wait, we're coming full circle at this point. So basically, maybe it was a reflection. Or maybe it was their end because they die in the end. Spoilers, everybody, but they died.
Yes. You've seen the episode if you've listened this far.
So, yeah, but they died. And it could have been their thought or the memory of going back to what they did and where they
How
came
they
from this.
got to that point.
Yeah, because if you look, the flower in the
The
pot,
orchid going through the story with them, and
and at the very end, the last
the last
petal
piece
falling off
as they died. That was
It was
it was
so.
so
It was a great symbol of like a life right
yeah.
there, and it's like
And
not
they
to not to quote somebody from The Walking Dead or anything, but oh, life's precious.
yeah they were trying so hard
To do
to
the right thing.
to make
Yeah.
things work, and like the one guy with the melting powers, um he tried using it to be a cook and it didn't work. He burned the burgers and he got yelled at, and he didn't even have a chance to like refine his skills.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was a
Oh,
sad story, but at the very end, you see Oliver show up at the end.
yeah, with the sucker punch.
And that's where Mark has to give him a little talking to.
Yeah.
But you could tell Mark was a little bit mad, but he was also a little proud of Oliver and being a good older brother to him, teaching him the ways. And you could see how Debbie is a little bit understanding as well, because she has a little conversation with Oliver herself.
And I mean, Oliver's just a kid. He's pushing his limits, and we get the typical mom when she tells him to walk. Like,
Yeah.
he's just such a typical kid. It's so sweet.
Yeah. And then and then we kind of move forward within the episode to Eve going to school. You see her in college, and then she meets, of all people, Amber, Mark's
Yay.
ex-girlfriend.
Well, they were friends too, though.
Yeah, they were friends too. She knew her and everything. But I find it funny of Eve updating Amber about what is going on with Mark, and then Amber out of the blue saying, "Oh, you guys are dating." It's like, "Oh, what? Oh, and that awkward conversation. And then she goes, I never, she goes, I didn't understand why you two never were together before."
Amber has always been so mature, so understanding.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be Amber when I grow up. Like,
She was
she's
so
amazing.
chill about the whole thing. And it's like,
she was even dating Mark, like times when other people would have been just understandably pissed.
Or running away like their life depended on it,
She was always like, she's always just been mature and understanding and worldly, and she's just a fantastic person. She's who you want to be your friend.
Yeah. And she always knew that her and Mark were both very different within their relationship, and that world literally belonged to both Eve and Mark. And that's why she goes, I didn't understand why you guys were never together before. And it's so adult, very mature and understanding, and her being happy for Eve and Mark at the same time. And of course we get the great news that Amber is seeing a new guy. Yeah. And it's a regular guy,
which is what she deserves.
Mm-hmm. So we have that interaction. We like it. We get to see Eve in college. She hands a pen or a pencil to one girl that needed help, who came in late to the lecture and everything, and learning about architecture and everything else. So it shows, I'm wondering if that girl will come into play later on, because she does interact with her and we see her talking to her. So I'm wondering if there's something underlying within that character. So like Jayme had mentioned earlier, Robert Kirkman doesn't leave anything unturned when it comes to like a character or a hero or anything like that. So I would not be surprised if that comes back around. And then we move into where Rex and the rest of the young Guardians go back to the old command center, which was destroyed. And they move in, and he sees his old room and goes, "Oh my God, what a crap hole this place is."
Which shows he's maturing a little bit. I mean, he's still Rex, but he's maturing a little bit. But he suggested the name should be Rex and his exes, which
it's literally what it is.
I was like, oh my God, that's perfect.
Yep. Uh,
But he and Ray have a conversation about their opposite but still fucked up childhoods. And did we
yes.
know Rex was raised by scientists? Because that explains a lot.
No, I don't remember that ever coming into place. But
Yeah, that
it doesn't surprise me based upon his attitude and his personality of way he's so pompous about it. So they probably praised him as scientists that were raising
well,
him.
also he's got a lot of hurt that he's covering. Like he's always been told,
Yeah.
he was sold by his parents for nothing.
Yes.
Like that'll fuck you up hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and the conversations within this episode, I didn't. This is one of the episodes I didn't take a ton of notes, so I'm going on and I'm waiting for Jayme to cue me in because I'll remember as soon as she says it. But yeah, there was a lot of heart to hearts in this one, as far as like people coming back that we anticipated and wanting to come back, but in the end, we lose. But we do get Debbie telling Paul everything on the second date.
What the hell, Debbie? Debbie, come on now.
And being open was very nice, but okay.
Debbie! It's a second date.
I'm just going to throw this on your lap.
Like, we don't know if we like him yet or not.
Yeah, Cliff Curtis is, it came to my head. Cliff Curtis is the voice of Paul. So everybody out there, he'll be in Avatar in the movie Avatars. And he was in Fear
Nobody
the
watches
Walking
those
Dead.
anymore.
I saw the second one. I saw
still have to see it.
home. It was interesting. It's a long haul, but very pretty to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, Cliff Curtis is the voice of Paul. Paul is somewhat understanding. So
yeah, he seems understanding. But come on, Debbie. Eve moves back in with her parents.
Yep, which is surprising to me.
Fuck her dad.
Yeah,
like it's not going to work. He says,
"How come I always pray for a heart attack for that man?"
I know he's such a jerk. Like mom, I like mom. Like she's like, of course you can come live with us, honey. And he's like, can she? No, shut up.
Yeah, because that tree house is next on the list.
Like she wants to be closer to school and blah blah.
Yeah.
But she put down some boundaries. Hopefully everybody follows them. Hopefully it works out and he realizes that she's not awful, but he's awful and I don't trust him to treat her right.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this plays out, but we've got training. Oliver is getting his training done.
From Mark.
He's powerful fast.
Oh yeah. Yep. We got more powers coming out.
And then towards the title, he gets his new costume, and then he comes up with the name Kid Omni-Man, which is a little.
Yeah, I don't like that.
A little sketchy.
It is sketchy.
And Mark gets a new costume, and they start calling him Invincible Boy or Kid. I wrote it down.
Kid Invincible.
Kid Invincible.
I don't know. I forgot.
It was.
But it looks pretty cool. Actually, when I
I like the other one better. I like the yellow better. I think
I like the yellow. This one's blue. And for you listeners that follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff, when I put in for feedback and everything, I put that image in there too of that particular costume. So sorry if that kind of spoiled you if you haven't watched but I liked it because when they dropped the episodes, they dropped a bunch of images and I was like, oh, I need to pull some images. And I was like, oh, I like this image. I didn't know what I was looking at because I hadn't even watched the episodes yet, but I liked it.
Oh, Invincible. That's what it is. I knew I wrote it down somewhere. Sorry.
It's still terrible though. Invincible.
Which, yeah.
He's more of a man than he is a boy at this point.
And
he's 18.
Like, yeah, but whatever. That's what he gets for. Well, he didn't have a chance to come up with a new name. Like they put on the costumes. It's like, oh, trouble. And the trouble is my favorite enemies, the Maulers.
I think it's both our favorites. Those boys are
I
fun
clapped
to.
when I saw them. I've been waiting. I'm like, we haven't seen them yet. I really like the Maulers. I wonder what they're up to. They're so funny.
Are they going to kill each other again?
Yes. Which one's older? Which one's the original?
Yeah, which one's the original? I think they're by this time they're both duplicates.
Multiple times over.
Yeah, it's like there's no original DNA in it.
Doesn't matter. They're still going to fight over which one was first.
That's true.
Which they didn't even get a chance to do.
Yeah, that battle was a little bit.
Mark
crazy.
has to make a call. Is he going to help Cecil by going to attack the Maulers? Or is he gonna sit on the sidelines and let Cecil fail
and watch it
and not help the greater good, but which also helps Cecil? And he decides he's going to help
regardless.
the greater good, which, Cecil be damned. He's going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I liked they made an EMP missile, but then because they had created their own network that's shielded from the EMP missile.
Yeah.
So they're going to be businessmen, which is way worse than supervillains, as they said.
Businessmen. We'll take over Wall Street.
Yeah. But then Oliver jumps in, Oliver jumps in and he's he's quite powerful, and he takes it a little too far and ends up killing both Maulers.
Yep. He's a kid. He doesn't know how to control his powers too much. So
I don't know that that's true.
Or it could be the Viltrum in him.
He's standing there covered in blood.
Yeah.
He had the power,
to stop himself.
And when he thought everybody around him was passed out and didn't know what he was doing, he seemed to know exactly what he was doing. His Viltrumite is coming through. He all of a sudden, whenever he was shocked, he's like, "Oh, I'm just a kid. I didn't know what happened." Oliver's scary now.
He's a little scary, and I'm wondering if Big Daddy Omni will come back to Earth and teach him a lesson.
Yeah, I think he picked Omni Boy because, look, kids idolize their dad. The dad he knew was different than the dad
Mark knew
because he was already trying to be nicer, but he's now heard Mark saying over and over again how cutthroat and bad
his
Omni-Man
father
was. And now I think he's trying...
He's trying to fill his daddy's shoes.
Yeah, he's trying to be like his dad and piecing together what he's heard about his dad because he was just a baby.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that he can even do all that is scary. This kid is scary at this point.
So there's only two options that will happen within the story, and that's just my predictability because obviously we don't have the next episode, everybody. But also, I've not read the comics, so I don't know the story of him going forth because these were pulled from the comics. And one possibility is that Omni-Man breaks out of that prison with Ellen the alien. They come to Earth.
It's going to happen.
And he spanks Oliver around a little bit and gets him straight, or Oliver's genetics from that alien race go to the point where he does have a limited or finite existence and dies quick.
Yeah.
So it's a possibility.
Or both.
Who knows?
Yeah. Because, when he says the words, do you ever think Dad was right?
Yes.
That's chilling.
That is chilling because it rings through your ears because literally he is so young and naive that he just all he sees and hears is everything.
He's as naive as he's playing. He hid his powers. We don't know how long he's been hiding these powers. He knew to hide them.
From Debbie and from Mark for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was quote unquote 4 when he had them. And if he's that quick of a wit.
Yeah, because that's what April, right?
Yeah, April is the tutor.
She said he is insanely smart.
Yeah.
He's
He could have easily have learned anything about his father through the internet or anything like that.
And we're also assuming that his mental state matches the body.
Correct.
Like
But
it
it
could
doesn't.
be, yeah, it could be that, mentally he's 30, even
But
though his body's only 10 because of this whole mixing with the bugs and whatever. Like we don't know.
correct. Yeah, it could be the Viltrumite brain adapting faster as well inside this body that is a mix.
Yeah, there's a whole lot going on. He's scary now, and he's playing right because like Debbie, starts saying all the right things to him, like again, super mom. And he's going in, saying, "You're right, mom," blah blah blah. And then like everybody joins in for a hug and it's all happy family. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about this kid now. Now we got to keep an eye on him, which
yeah.
And then so we have this happy family moment, and then all of a sudden there's this red camera which Mark sees and immediately jumps out, grabs it, and I don't know if it's self-destructed. I don't know if he squished it and blew it up. Like we just see like the explosion.
The explosion itself, yeah.
And he's like, they're like, what is that? And then we find out it's Angstrom. Fuck.
We knew that was coming back.
Yep.
Just a matter of time.
So we've got all kinds of crazy stories going on. We've got So we've hit the end of the season. Let's recap the end of these 3 episodes. We've got Omni-Man and Alan, who've got to get out of prison and save the Earth. And nobody knows about this issue.
Nope.
Wait. Did Cecil send Alan? I don't remember how Alan ended up there. Did Alan go on his own?
He went on his own.
Okay.
He went on his own from that season. Yeah, he went on his own.
So nobody knows that this is an incoming problem.
Yeah.
We've got Angstrom, who's going to attack Mark again, and now probably Oliver and Debbie, and that Paul's now in this mix. Not that he's going to be very useful.
Maybe he's hiding something. Who knows?
Or he's under Angstrom. He's a spy for Angstrom. Who knows?
Who knows?
We've got Cecil versus Mark as this going to be this power struggle going through.
Yep.
And with that, the split of the Guardians.
Yes.
And in that, some bad guys who are being released who have been quote unquote rehabbed, who may or may not have been rehabbed. We have so much going on.
Yep.
We have had 3 episodes. There's so much going on. This is going to be a good season.
And last season, it was a quick season. I think, how many episodes did we get? Like, was it 6 or 8?
Oh, they split it up between 2.
Yeah, I remember
so it felt
that.
Faster.
Yeah, that's why it. But I remember.
I didn't even look to see if we're splitting this one.
I haven't even looked myself, but it's so interesting of how Prime was working this out. And I think it all had to do with scheduling, because we all know that Walton Goggins played or voices Cecil. So at the time when this was going on, he was also on another Amazon Prime show, which we all know as Fallout. So he had double duty. So that's probably why the delay. And plus,
it's been a year. Like, that's an acceptable amount of time between seasons.
Yeah, but and you also have Stephen Yun, and he's kind of busy with his career too. She's who plays Omni-Man, I forgot, but
I forget his name. I know exactly what he sounds and looks like.
Oh, we all do. Yeah, it's we all know who it is, but yeah, he's very busy too, because he did Red 1, which was with The Rock and Chris Evans, and he played Santa Claus in that, so he was dealing with that and a whole bunch of other stuff. He's been popping up and other things. So these actors are coming out of where they had these embargoes where they couldn't do it because of strikes, the SAG strikes, and
all right, so I looked it up.
The writing strikes.
Because we should have prepped before this episode, but
yeah.
Fly by the seat of our pants.
We do. We love doing that at that time.
So there's 7 episodes. We've gotten 3. So we've got 4 more episodes coming out February 13th, February 20th, February 27th, and March 6th, and we'll be all done.
Yep. And we'll give you one a week after this, everybody.
Yep.
So obviously we wanted to play catch up because our friends out there in TV podcast industries, well, they got the they got the screeners of the whole season, but they're doing what is proper as like per episode as they come out. But Derek and John and their friend,
I listened to their episode 1 coverage. Killed it as always. They did such a good job.
Awesome. So I've yet to listen to that because I wanted to record first. I don't want to get spoiled on anything.
I was in the car a lot today and it switched to that podcast. I'm like, oh, let's just leave that on. I didn't listen to 2 and 3. So now I'll go finish it. I'll go listen to 2 and 3 while I'm sewing some teddy bears.
Yeah, they tend to knock them out one after the other, which is pretty cool. And I do appreciate that. And they have the ability to do that. So Jayme and I don't have the ability to record right on a whim and have these screeners available.
Yeah.
Even though I did try.
They released the 3 episodes as 3 separate episodes all at once.
Yes. Yeah, they did. So they pretty much dropped the same day. And I think in intervals, but even still, by the end, after that day, I was like, because I was working all day, I was like, oh, let me watch them. So I watched them that Friday. So Friday, I was able to sit around and watch, which is fine. And we're recording on a Saturday too, everybody. So it's the 8th. But I look forward to hearing what they have to say, but they'll be putting them out once a week, I believe. I don't think they're gonna, otherwise they're gonna spoil everything if they put out all the other episodes.
Yeah, no, I think they're doing one a week now. Like, they'll put them out as they get released.
I figured with us, like we always do, it's like if they could drop it and they drop all 3, we'll cover all 3. Just do them bang, bang, bang. And right now we'll probably finish this episode, this podcast at about an hour and a half. So that sums up. So you factor in 30 minutes an episode almost. So, but I hope you guys liked our discussion.
Yeah.
But
and if you didn't,
let us know.
Let us know what we can do better.
But along with that, I did put out there for you guys to send in some feedback, and we did get some feedback.
Yay!
So with that, we're going to play some feedback. We didn't get any written feedback, but we do appreciate if you do send it in. But our friend and co-podcaster Steve Brown sent in his thoughts. So here we go.
Hello, Mark and Jayme. This is Steve, and I had to rewatch, or had to actually finish watching season 2 of Invincible. But here we go with season 3, episodes 1 through 3 of Invincible. Okay, so I guess this is Mark's. This is the training montage of Mark training for or getting himself in training. Giant monster that's actually an 8-year-old kid, and all these others. Hey, we better have 27 suits ready. Jason Mantzoukas' Rex is just great. I'm trying to give you the finger, and I can't. Wait, so Duplicate had a sibling named Multi-Ball? Ooh, Oliver has grown quite a bit in 90 days. The Immortal doing his best Ron Swanson impression. I forged the metal myself for this ring. Oh, some sort of creatures coming out of the ground in the headquarters. Oh, Mark, you should not have brought up the other Eve. Generic mad scientist. I love this. How did Dr. Seismic get out of his jail cell? And I guess he's got, I don't know, I guess he's kidnapped all the heroes. Okay, wait, who are these guys showing up to save the day and help Invincible out? Oh, that's Darkwing, right? Oh, this must be the clone army, right? That wasn't ready last season, but they're ready now. Oh, who was that just pulled Dr. Seismic into the ground? Oh, he just said Darkwing 2.0. Okay, and we wrap up with Nolan and Alvin becoming best friends in prison. All right, episode 2. What's going on here with this guy and the gun? He just broke into this whatever Namaste store. Oh, no, he did find something. And who is this woman with she's obviously a villain. Oh, okay. According to the subtitles, it's a young Cecil. So this is a back flashback. Oh, and now we know where Cecil got his scars and he's got replacement skin. Hey, I don't understand. How long ago was this? And why would they put him in prison? And now this guy is stepping down and he's going to let Cecil take over his spot. Did I miss something? Now here we are back up to present day in the White Room. Oh, Mark has an implanted earpiece that they can Oh, gosh. Hurt him with. Ooh, Cecil. You're getting the wrath of the whole What are they? Guardians of the Globe? All of them. Ooh, Mark in Berserker Rage is something else. So we've confirmed time travel, obviously, 20 years in the future, this other alternate Eve. But they changed all that, right? Because they brought Mark back to this present. And now my head's starting to hurt. Wait, and what about the guy with the equids, the astronaut? Now the team is broken up, and where's everybody going to go their separate ways? Well, not everybody, but a few. Oh, I guess Donald has been died and brought back so many times because he looks exactly the same as he did when Cecil was young. We're back in another flashback, I guess. Oh, and we're going to get to see Cecil's first meeting with Omni-Man. Okay, I know I'm running along, but this is 3 episodes, so on to see episode 3. Okay, so episode 3 opens with these 2 bad guys that are trying to make a normal life for themselves, I guess. Things just get from bad to worse for these guys. Evicted, now they're out on the street. Okay, you want to give Oliver a normal childhood, or at least as normal as you can give him. That could have been close. Okay, Amber's okay with Eve and Mark dating. Okay. Rexplode and a bunch of people whose names you don't really need to know. New team name. Okay, so the Order wants them to break out Multipol from the prison. This is the guy that took over. Yeah, I remember the crime thing, his family. I don't remember all the details. You're just going to sit here and watch. No, those guys need help. Wait, did Debbie just tell this guy, random Paul, what is his name? Not Paul. What is his name? Anyway, her date, everything about Nolan and Mark. And of course, he feels inadequate about it. Oh, his name is Paul. Is Paul. Uh-oh, Mark and Oliver come home in their costumes. Oh, but that's right. She told him everything, so it doesn't matter. Oh, the twin brothers. We're back again. Back at the missile silo, I guess, the missile base, whatever. Well, these guys don't appreciate the downgraded Guardians. Oh, Oliver's going to help Invincible. Oh, Mark's going after the missile, and he's leaving Oliver with the twins. Oh, I don't like that look in Oliver's eyes. He just killed one of the twins, and now he's going after the other guy. Oh, so we see that Mark did a little investigative, and he says the first Mauler might have been an accident, but the second one was giving up. The Immortal told him. A weird first date for sure. So Mark found the camera, and it blew up, and now what's the post-credit scene going to be? Oh, so the subtitles gave it away that a version of Angstrom Levy is still out there. All right, sorry for the length. Talk to you later.
That was perfect. Don't apologize for the length.
A lot of live Steving.
I loved every second of it.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, thanks, Steve, for sending that in. I didn't think it was. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a live Steve, so I was surprised myself because I never heard it.
No, that was perfect. Those were my emotions as I was watching. That was fun to live it again.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so yeah, to give your feedback. So we'll do this a little earlier. So the reason why he sent it, as he always does, not because he podcasts with us and he knows how to send it, but for you to send any feedback. You guys, like I said, I mentioned it before. It was on our Facebook page. It was on our Instagram. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/panels to pixels. Whatever's on there is on Instagram as well, which is @panels to pixels podcast. So I always put an image and the title of what we're doing, what we're covering. Just leave them in the comments below. We'll get them. Or even if it's on Instagram Messenger or on Facebook Messenger, I'll still get those messages. So just throw in your thoughts and whatever you thought about the episode and let us know. And if you want to be heard, you could also just email us a regular email, and you could send that to panelstopixels1@gmail.com. Panels is spelled out. Two is spelled out TO, and pixels and the number 1@gmail.com. That way you could write out your thoughts and we'll read them. And if you feel the need, because everybody has the ability to record themselves, just send your voice thoughts on a recording and then send it as an attachment and we'll play it. So it's
just like we did with Steve.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't do that because he's a podcaster, but he has that ability. But everybody has that ability now. So everybody has a way to record themselves. Yeah. And then we can be found on YouTube as well. So if you see the episode or you're listening to the episode through YouTube, we do get messages through that as well. So obviously all you have to do is search for Panels to Pixels podcast, subscribe, hit the bell, and give us a thumbs up if you like what we do, and then leave the message in the comments of that particular episode. I'll get them. And we do get notified through email with that. So I can read that out, and we've done it before. And that's about it as far as how to get in touch with us. But if you want to give us any some love, we can be found on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So that's best players of choice that you could actually give a rating or review. If you could do that, that would be greatly appreciated. So that's how you could give us some love and show us some, give us some feedback. Right now with news, well, there's a lot coming out that we're going to be looking forward to. So there's a lot of new stuff that's coming up. Rob Moda and myself will probably go see the new Captain America movie. So when that comes out, we're going to actually do a coverage of that. So Rob likes to kick me in the butt and say, hey, we need to do this right away. So we're probably going to do that the weekend it happens. So keep apprised to that when I put that out there. We have Invincible, so we'll be covering that for as it comes. And we will be doing a overall season review of the new Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So it's either myself, Steve, Rob, whoever wants to jump on to talk about it. I like the animation in it. It's a different story point of this, and it gives me the feelings of the history of Tom Holland's character or his version of Spider-Man. But it could be a little different. Who knows? I only saw the first 3 episodes, so don't spoil it to me.
Don't spoil it.
But I will be doing a season ender of that, so that way it encompasses the whole season. So we're gonna have fun with that. And as far as we're gonna do Daredevil Born Again, which is gonna be coming out in March, I believe. So look forward to all that stuff that's coming out. And to give you guys an idea of what's going on, Jayme and I will be doing Sandman Cast again.
Season 2 is coming out supposedly this year. Final season. So
when that does come out, we will be doing our coverage of Sandman on Podcastka as well as here on Pounds to Pixels podcast. So whatever you'll hear for both, it's going to be the same for both. So wherever you listen to would be greatly appreciated.
Yep. Listen to both. Double our downloads.
Double your downloads and give us the love as well. But yeah, with everything that's been going on, a lot of things have been going on. There's not going to be a Sandman season 3 as far as we know. And that has to do with some allegations and everything that's going out there about Neil Gaiman, which we're not going to get into, but our feeling is that we loved the series, and we're going to continue our coverage with the with Sandman season 2.
Yep.
And we'll do that. But other than that, that's about it. Jayme, you have any podcast recommendations or?
Podcastika's killing it with the Squid Game coverage.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure everybody, myself included, binged it when it came out. But it's nice to go back weekly, and even if you don't rewatch the episodes, just listening to them and remembering. And they do. The problem with binging is you don't think about it as much, so you don't retain as much. So It's been fun listening to it, like knowing what happens, but still listening to
yeah.
Oh yeah. And now I'm all excited for the next half of this season again, which is in June.
All right, cool. And where else can listeners hear you? Obviously, be found
here in Sandman.
Here, Sandman and Adrenaline. If we do get back to the Friday the 13th run,
we will get back to it. We're getting close.
Yeah. Just to do a little plug for what's been going on with Pyrocore Entertainment. We have what's on tonight in their coverage of The Pit. So Mandy and Becky are doing The Pit season 1. If you're not aware of it, it's a Max original show with Noah Wiley, and think of ER within a 24-hour period, or ER as 24, if you remember that show where it's an hour.
Seriously debating getting HBO to watch this. ER was one of my favorites.
But Noah Wiley is like in this case, he's not the young upstart. He's like the resident chief head of
'Cause he's
the
old
hospital.
now.
He's older. He's got a beard now. He's got gray. But yeah, I love the cast. Brad Dourif's daughter is in it, so you could see her.
She's a sweetie.
Oh, you met her. That's right.
Yeah, she does.
She was in a lot of the Chucky stuff later on. And yeah, I didn't recognize her. I forgot. I was like, I know she's in this. I forgot. I was like, oh, that's who it is. and the character she does play in it. So that's The Pit. So they're covering The Pit, which you could find on Max, and they're doing this weekly. Like I said, the way the show is, every episode is an hour of the day, and it's like a 15-hour shift. So it starts at 7 a.m. and it starts less until the last hour of 15.
I didn't know that. That's even cooler. I really want to watch this show.
So it's interesting to see doctors, nurses, everybody in one hospital, and how they have to deal with like people coming in, their patients, and going from one patient and going back to the other patient. I thought it was done very well. It took me a lot of me getting into syndicated drama for like hospital drama again. I never got into Grey's Anatomy, but I watched all of ER, and obviously as a kid I had to suffer through watching St. Elsewhere. So, but
I loved ER. I did a rewatch over the summer.
awesome.
Still holds up.
So yeah, check out what's on tonight. You can find that on the Pyrocore Entertainment podcast feed. So for what's on tonight, they're gonna be on there. You're gonna see Still Slaying when Billy and Will come back. The last thing they put out was Wicked. So their review of Wicked. They should be coming back sometime soon with their Buffy the Vampire Slayer coverage. They were approaching season 1 as from where they left off, so they might be finishing that up. And that's what's going on with that. And then I knew I was supposed to put out the music podcast at the very end of January, but it will be out within the next 3 or 4 days. Becky and I had covered for the first episode of the Pyrocore music podcast, Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette. So you can check that out when that's out. And it should be up by the time this is up, I'm hoping. I just have to refine music. I'm recording my own music for intros and outros. That's really what's taking me the longest, everybody. So it's me stagnating. I'm
okay, it's your podcast. You do what you want.
I know, but I don't like doing that. It's like I tell them, and then they're waiting. They're like, "Oh, well, finally, it's here." But once that episode's up next month, come March, I'm trying to work on it so that Rima and I could do our coverage on that particular podcast of Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. So check that out when that's out too, or just check out the Facebook page, which would be facebook.com/Pyrocore Entertainment. And as always, you could hear me here on Pounce the Pixels podcast, as always, and then Adrenaline Cinema podcast as well, where we cover everything. Steve and I are going to be covering Lethal Weapon 2. We just recently put out the first 3 or 4 episodes of Mayfair Witches. I think it was the first 3. And then we're going to wrap up the season when it finishes as a whole. So you'll hear Billy, Becky, Lara, myself, and trying not to trash Mayfair Witches. We'll find some sort of love within it. But we did show some love in our coverage of for season 2, the beginning of it. So check that out and look forward to that. I'll look forward to be putting out. If you guys have any suggestions for Adrenaline Cinema podcast as well, let us know. And that's about it. So next week, we will be continuing our coverage of Invincible, season 3, with episode 4. And the title of that is You Were My Hero. And the synopsis for that one is: 2 strangers ask Mark for help with a mysterious villain. Elsewhere in the galaxy, Nolan grapples with his identity and Alan finds a surprising new ally. Okay.
We'll see how it ends up being. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this season. I'm so excited.
And apparently there's a new cast member too, voicing a new character. And the cast member is Jonathan Banks.
Oh, nice.
So just to let you guys know. But other than that, I just want to thank everyone for listening. I'm Mark.
I'm Jayme.
Same podcast, different panel, different pixel. This was Panels to Pixels podcast, and we'll see you on the next panel. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.